Karen Scholl, Operations Section Chief for the Alaska Incident Management Team, here for your October 2nd afternoon briefing. We'll start on the east side. Down here on the east side, everything to the east and behind us is still black and still cold. Around drop point 145, which is north of the Yola Boli Mountain, we're continuing to pull the excess pumps and hose that were used in this area. And we'll continue to send patrols down there, but everything is looking really good. Up near Red Mountain, crews are doing a little bit of firing today. We're going to fire about a mile of line. And again, this is so we can secure this line and tie it in to the old buck fire. And this will give us a very good anchor and continue our anchor as we try to flank and pinch this fire. So they're doing good work. They've got pretty good conditions there and are able to just start inching this way, this fire down towards the southeast. As we come around the shoulder, crews are firing just ahead of the main fire, and what we do there is this is wanting to come down towards the 36 road. We want it to come down nice and even, and so we want to keep it even so that it doesn't get too rowdy or out of control, and so we've got crews just inching that along as it comes down. So as you can tell over the last several days, this is starting to close up a little bit, and we'll be looking to, in the future, to close all of this up and get a good black corner in here. And again, this is not going to be a high-intensity burn. We're trying to burn it under the right conditions so that it's a low-intensity fire, but removing enough fuel so we won't have issues with it in the future. Structure protection continues. We've moved a lot of our resources further to the west to start prepping the values at risk from about Mad River area all the way up towards the top of Van Dusen. So crews are in there assessing what's needed to be done, laying hose, and we're waiting for sprinkler kits to arrive to finish that. We had crews up in the Hidden Valley area today. We did have a little spot fire there. We have dozer line around the north side of the fire, the north side of the community there. And we've got crews in there mopping up and taking care of the little spot fire that we had. So everything is looking pretty good there. Additionally, our check line that we have kept from progressing to the east towards Post Mountain, the check line continues to hold. We continue to push dozer line, tying together roads, and continue to try and push the dozer line to the north and to the west. And we figured out a way using previous dozer lines to open up, to bring them down off the ridges and tie it down into the South Fork of the Trinity River. Also, we've got long-range plans happening off this dozer line. You can see that's in here. We're continuing to push that north and west, utilizing, again, a combination of roads and previous dozer lines to tie it down into the Trinity further to the north. So one is kind of our main line that we're going to try and hold it on, and another is a contingency. In case that doesn't hold, we've got something else to fall back on. So that's making really good progress, and that should be real beneficial in the weeks to come. As we move around to Ruth Lake and Van Dusen areas, crews are mopping up and continuing to hold and be a patrol in the Hentenshaw area, as well as all the other structures in the burned area. Additionally, we were able to burn around some structures down towards the lower end of the valley to secure them from any advancing fire, and also put some dozer line around some green islands around Ruth. And so the green island is within the burned area, and we're putting dozer line around that so fire doesn't come into that area. So that's all going really well. We've found a way to push dozer line from about the Rainy Glades area to the southwest, tying into the Van Dusen Road, up using the Van Dusen Road up to what we're calling DP 110, and then tying it into some CAL FIRE dozers that are coming at us from the other direction. So Team 5 to our west, they're fully engaged in what we have going on, and so they're pushing towards us, which is a big help. And so we should be tying that in together and able to utilize that in the future. And then also CAL FIRE has made its way into the slop that came over the the holding line that was dividing west zone and north zone. So they're in picking up this slop today. The fire behavior is much more reduced than it was yesterday, giving us a good opportunity to get in close. Yesterday, the fire activity, the fire behavior was just too intense for us to get in real close. That's why CAL FIRE fell back to protecting Xenia and Kenton Palm. And today we have a little bit different situation, so now they're able to get in and pick up that fire's edge and go direct. So that's going to be real helpful there. So we continue to, sorry about that, we continue to build dozer line on the bottom end and trying to figure out how to go direct, stay as close as we can to that, but we also have the dozer line that CAL FIRE has put in at the bottom end of the fire, and we'll be utilizing that when necessary. So overall, a good day. The cap was on most of the day, so not a lot of fresh air came in, which makes it hard out there because they can't use air support, but it's a win because it allows us time to get in and construct line. So pluses and negatives to both situations, but right now we did a lot of good today, a lot of planning for the future, and a lot of implementing for the future. So that's it for today's update. Have a good evening.